Courage and the boldness that you gain after speaking affirmations over yourself. The more you hear it, the more you believe that it's true.
And welcome to Premier Fitness. I'm Gene Williams, your yoga instructor, and I'm here to tell you about the benefits of yoga.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining our show. Welcome to Where is the Love? I am your host, and I am Stephanie Hawken Hall. Joining me is my co-host, my son, Gene Williams.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey,
How you
son.
doing today?
I'm ready to get it on. Yes.
Do your hair like this. Do your hair like this. To the crowd. One good time. You gotta do it harder than that. Gotta do it hard.
No.
Go ahead, head bang for real one time.
Everybody, thank you for joining our show. We appreciate you being here. We ask you to share your Facebook page. First of all, share your page so that others can join this show with us and join in on this conversation where we talk about bullying versus love. You can catch us right now live on Roku TV. Search Pod TV, POD TV, all one word, and then space, live, LIVE. And you can watch us live right now on TV.
Yep.
You can also catch us live on Amazon Fire by doing the exact same thing. Pod TV, space, live, and watch us on Amazon Fire. If you don't want to watch us on TV, you can watch us here on Facebook Live, Love Misunderstood Institute. You can watch us on YouTube Live, Love Misunderstood Institute, and Premier Fitness 0210. Those are all the places you can find us right now while we are live doing this show. On Facebook.
So you got options, man.
Say that again.
So you got options, man.
You definitely have options. Take your choice. So, Gene, would you share your Facebook page while I do the recap? Share from Love Misunderstood Institute. While Gene is doing that, I am going to do the recap from last week's show. We have been talking about the narcissist for a while now. Last week, we encouraged you and gave you tips on speaking up for yourself, setting clear boundaries with the narcissist, finding a support system. You have to find a support system to help you while you're engaging in a relationship with the narcissist. Sometimes you just can't get out of that relationship for whatever reason. And so you need help. You need a support system to help you stay strong. We also know that a narcissistic person needs help. We need help dealing with them. And we gave you tips on how to recognize when you need help as well. We encourage you to move on when the relationship is not working out for you, when it is putting you in a messed up state of mind. It's time to move on. We gave you tips on that. And then we encouraged you to get help. So on today's show, Gene, did you share it yet? Or are you still trying to do it? I was going to let you start out sharing today. You froze? Yeah, he froze. Gene?
I'm back.
Okay, so I see you shared already. Thank you. While I want to share, while you go into today's show, again, we share about bullying versus love. So we'll talk some more and give you some tips on about love um, throughout the show. So go ahead and
Mm, there we go. Frozen again. All right. So you said a recap? All right. So we spoke
no,
about speaking up for
I did,
yourself.
I did the
Yeah,
recap. So
you're
today's
right.
show.
Okay, sorry guys. Rewind. All right. All right. So we're talking about love bombing today. And love bombing refers to behavior patterns where at the beginning of the relationship, a partner showers the other with over the top attention and affection. Example, you started seeing someone 2 weeks ago and have been on a couple dates. You like them, but they've made it very clear, almost too clear, that they like you. They're already talking about introducing you to their family. They're showering you with gifts. They s- might be even starting to say "I love you." This is known as love.
Oh,
Yeah, right, exactly, right.
that's quick.
Uh, this is known as love bombing or showing an amount of attention and affection that seems over the top for the beginning of a relationship. There are at least two major reasons why people love bomb. First, because of a conscious desire to manipulate, or due to unconscious or unresolved attachment patterns formed over past relationships. The desire to manipulate others can be a sign of I'm sorry, of narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. We can all be narcissists at times, but folks with NPD can pose a real danger to their relationships, and love bombing may be a sign of the disorder. Many people who love bomb are narcissists who are looking to control their victim. They form a close bond quickly, often choosing people who have codependent tendencies or who seem vulnerable and inviting of a savior. Then they will start to take control once they know that there's an attachment. Sometimes love bombing comes from a place of unresolved pain and conflict. Our attachment style, which describes behavior patterns in relationships and how conscious we are of it, can drive us.
So
There are.
I
Mhm.
want to inter interject. Um, so going back to this, when they say I love you and you haven't even known them a week or two, I mean, true, we are to love everybody, but when somebody tells you that they love you um, in the beginning of a relationship, that's something you need to watch out for. Because when they say it in a relationship, that can be a red flag. And it can be a red flag because you haven't had time, we haven't even known each other that long. And
Right,
being in a relationship and saying, I love you, and just saying, I love you are two different things. So when you're in a relationship and you say that, that is a stronger bond, a stronger connection to someone than somebody and saying I love you. So that's just something to beware of. And I think of more about this person being a controlling person.
right,
So, and we know that narcissists are controlling as well, but I think of, okay, what's this person going to do next? Because sometimes people uh, get into relationships, and when they want to control you, they are being insecure, they're being jealous, they don't want you to talk to other people. Those
right.
are some of the kind of relationships that I have had in the past, and then the control comes after that, and isolating you, not wanting you to talk to your friends, not wanting you to talk to your family, just wanting you all to themselves. And you think, oh, they love me because they don't want me to, they're protecting me. Man, they're not protecting you at all. They're protecting
Hmm. Their interest.
themselves and
Right.
their own insecurities. He just mentioned that. So they what narcissists do to control their victim is they look for those that are looking for uh, a savior, somebody
Right.
to save them from something or
Right.
someone or some people, So when they see that, they're like, oh, I got them now,
Right.
So be very aware of somebody that you just meet that's buying you gifts and telling you they love you and pulling you away from other people and taking up all your time. Don't want you to be around nobody else. We got to spend time together. They want you to spend every minute that you can with them. So all they're doing is pulling you away so that they can gain control.
Right.
So uh Mark, our producer, said what you don't know, love after the first date or first day, first love or even first minute. You don't know if you really love somebody. So
Right.
you're saying it, but you don't even really know. So be watchful of those kind of relationships. Those are warning signs. And then
Yeah.
please help these people that fall instantly in love. Beware.
Right.
Beware. You want to add anything?
Yeah. Yeah. Always be aware of anyone who says "I love you" so early when they don't know you. That you can't love anyone. You can't. I mean, I know love is not logical, but you can't logically love someone in 2 weeks like that. Like when
Yeah.
you, oh, I love you. I'll spend the rest of my life with you.
Yeah.
I just met you, partner.
Yes.
You okay?
Yep.
You
And
you need a hug, but not from me. I need to go exit phase up.
yeah, especially if they add the um something you just said, that they love you and they haven't known you um that long. It was something you just said. But anyway, you
Yeah,
you you have to
yeah. I was
do
gonna say they have no logic. There's no logic to that. You can't be in love as in you love them.
oh,
Love does not go that fast.
that's what it
Go
was
ahead.
when you said about spending the rest of your life. I want to spend the
Oh
rest of your
yeah.
life with me. How do you know that? You've only known me a week or two.
Mm-hmm. You better get the garlic and all of that stuff right around your neck. Throw some salt over both shoulders.
Yep.
On that film. Salt day on salt day.
So our producer said, I remember someone that tried to steer me to the ring section and we had only known each other for a few months. Yeah, that's you just have to be careful because people when they want to destroy you, they don't care about you. They let me get all I can out of you. Let me manipulate you and control you and let me just have all of you so nobody else can have you and
Right.
be careful. You want
Right.
to add
Yeah. And
anything?
also, yeah, I'm gonna say definitely be aware of anyone who tries to isolate you. Because again, they're not doing it for your benefit. There's no protection needed. I mean, if they truly wanted you to be at your best and they realize that you have a vulnerability, then they would help equip you with tools to help you protect yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can have someone in your life all day long, but if you can't protect yourself, what can that person do for you? They can't always be there. So you gotta have
Yeah.
the tools to help yourself. That's the type of person that you need. But
Yep.
I'm gonna protect you. No. Give me the tools so I can do it myself. Tell you how to use the bow and arrow.
Yep. So Mark said, where is the garlic? And can I walk backwards like I am avoiding a black cat? And I like cats. Stop the curse. The curse is
Mm-hmm.
on its way when that's happening. The curse is
Mm-hmm.
definitely on its way.
The
Um,
curse is the person saying I love you in 2 weeks.
yeah. So there are insecure attachment styles: anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. For example, someone with an insecure attachment style may love bomb in an effort to secure the relationship quickly. Out of fear, the partner will abandon them. The problem is, love bombing may overwhelm a partner and push them away, leading to a sort of self fulfilling prophecy. You want to add
Mm,
anything?
no.
Okay. So, one of the insecure attachment styles is anxious. And so, a little bit more about that. It's also referred to as preoccupied. The thought of living without a partner or being alone in general causes high levels of anxiety. People with this type of attachment typically have a negative self image while having a positive view of others. The anxious adult often seeks approval, support, and responsiveness to their partner.
Right. Right.
You want to add something?
Yeah, absolutely. And that type of person is the type that can't live without you, and it's not a healthy thing. You know, their entire reality is centered around you, and that's not healthy at all. Again, we are talking about this as a as a symptom of codependency, and this is what it screams. You know, when you have such a negative image of yourself that you need this other person to give this to you, and you can't provide it for yourself. So that's definitely a red flag. Something that you need to be like, exit stage left.
So I want to add to that. A good friend of mine many years ago told me that you know you need to learn how to love yourself. You expect a lot out of people, and you need to learn how to love yourself so that you don't have those expectations of people. So it took me many years to get that. I mean, when I asked him, what do you mean, how do you love yourself, and he said, you just do. That didn't give me an answer, and it didn't help me at all. But after many years of going through after that, and of course definitely before that, but after many years of experiencing bad relationships and feeling unfulfilled, unloved, and still not knowing how to love myself, I set out on this journey to find out what is real love, what is true love, how do I learn how to love myself. And so that's why our nonprofit organization is called Love Misunderstood Institute, because I misunderstood love. So many things that I thought was love and understood as being love was not love at all. And so, because I was bullied a lot and I didn't know how to love myself, which I feel like opened myself up to um, being bullied, um, I finally learned from experience how to speak up for myself, how to love myself by being compassionate to myself, by being kind to myself, by not bullying myself and saying bad and negative things to myself, learning how to enjoy life by myself. Those are just a few of the things that I learned how to do, which taught me how to love myself. You cannot give love to someone if you don't love yourself. You
Right.
have to learn how to love yourself before you can give somebody else real love. Because
Nor can
real
you
love,
receive.
say that again.
Nor can you receive love if you don't love
Yeah,
yourself.
because you don't know what you're looking for. You
Right.
have no idea what you're looking for. I mean, somebody might say, what are you looking for? What do what are you looking for in love? And what are you expecting? And your only answer can be, I don't know, because you don't know what you're looking for. You don't know what to expect. You don't know how it looks. All you know is how it looks to you, which if things aren't going right and you keep getting in jacked up relationships, I'm just going to call it like it is, then you haven't learned how to love and respect yourself. And so you just don't know what you're looking for. have no idea what it looks like, feels like. And so this is one of the reasons that we take the time to educate and to talk about bullying versus love, so that you know,
Right.
people, just because they say I love you does not mean they love you. If their
Right.
actions aren't lining up with what they're saying, they have no idea what love is.
Right.
They have misunderstood love.
Right.
You want to add anything?
Yeah, actually, I was going to say. So one of the big things that going back to what you said about self love, like a lot of people just accept whatever other people give them because they don't have a template to compare and contrast what real love is versus what they're receiving.
Yeah.
And as uh, uh, can I say, creatures are we are creators. So what we constantly do and say and think are what create our reality. So if you continuously do things that show that you don't love yourself, then you not only you create that environment inside you, and it manifests outwardly. So you attract or magnetize to yourself those who don't love you and those who actually mirror how you feel about yourself on the inside. So
Yeah.
it's very important to show self love, to do things that take, like you said, learn how to enjoy your own time. That's major.
Yes.
Knowing how to be by yourself, to be in seclusion, and to be alone and not lonely. There's a big difference. A
Yes.
person who is alone could be alone and be having the best time in the world. But a person who is lonely is a person who feels incomplete because they
Yeah.
don't have something or someone else outside of themselves to make them feel whole. So again, it's of the utmost importance to spend time with yourself, to journal, to spend time doing things that you love. If you don't know what it is, then explore. Explore you. I mean, that's what we're here for. Um, all knowledge started from the standpoint of self knowledge, or that we got things outside of ourselves to understand ourselves.
Yeah.
So even the things that we do to acquire and find love is by experimenting within first. You got to know you in order to attract the kind of love that you desire and deserve. But if what you're attracting is not what you want, then it's obvious that you're putting out the wrong frequencies and getting them back in return. So you have to constantly tweak it until you get what you want.
Right. And I want to add to something that you said. Being lonely, and being incomplete. Um, I think that's how you said it. But when
Lonely and
you,
alone.
huh?
I said lonely and alone.
Yeah. So you do not need somebody else. I've heard so many people say this. You do not need somebody to complete you. You are complete in yourself. You just have to
Yep,
learn how to find that completeness and that wholeness, and to learn how to fulfill the love within yourself.
yep.
You don't need somebody else to come and complete you. That
Right. It's a
think about
misnomer.
think about what you're saying, because
Yep,
that's not the way it is. You'll never be satisfied, because you'll still be constantly looking for more. No matter, even if you think this person is going to complete me, you're going to still be constantly looking for more.
yep.
So
The
you
only
complete
person that can.
yourself,
Yep, that's all I'm gonna say. You beat me to it. You beat me
and
to it. Yep.
you are complete in yourself. And that's
Yep.
what I had to learn. That's what I had to learn. And I've learned it. So now I'm able to talk about it. I'm able to speak about it. I'm able to, because I live it. Now I
Right.
live it. It took years to learn it and years to understand, but I got it. So I'm
Yep.
happy to give and to share that information with somebody else. You
Yep.
are whole all by yourself, not to
Hey,
have
hey, hey.
somebody on this earth to complete you. No, you don't need somebody on this earth to complete you. Forget that.
Yep. Yep. The
You need,
only person that can complete you is the person that you look at every day in the mirror.
yep, yep. So you want to do the next part, because I've been talking for a little bit.
No, I mean, we both have, we on a talk show. That's what we do. We talk.
Yay,
All right.
yay.
All right. So the next insecure attachment style is avoidance, also referred to as dismissing. The dismissing, avoidant type would often perceive themselves as lone wolves, strong, independent, and self sufficient, not necessarily in terms of physical contact, but rather on an emotional level. These people have high self esteem and a positive view of themselves. The dismissing, avoidant type tend to believe that they don't have to be in a relationship to feel complete. They do not want to depend on others, have others depend on them, or seek support and approval in social bonds. Someone with a more avoidant attachment style may love bomb to feel in control over the level of intimacy, but once the partner reciprocates, they may feel overwhelmed by closeness. Then they may begin to resent them and push them away, leading to what Dr. Steele calls the flip side of love bombing, ghosting. This may begin to think, they may begin to think, based on the few interactions we've had, this person couldn't have fallen in love in an authentic way, Steele said. Instead, they're projecting their own needs or unresolved conflict onto another person, which could feel like a different kind of ghosting, she added. In this way, the love bomber has ghosted the relationship before it even got a chance to start.
Wow. So you heard the part about, well, I ain't gonna go back. I'll leave it alone. Let's let's go to another form of self of insecure attachment is disorganized, also referred to as fearful avoidant. The disorganized type tends to show unstable and ambiguous behaviors in their social bonds. For adults with this style of attachment, the partner and the relationship themselves are often the source of both desire and fear. Fearful, avoidant people do want intimacy and closeness, but at the same time, they experience troubles trusting and depending on others. They do not regulate their emotions well and avoid strong emotional attachment due to their fear of getting hurt. So, how many people, just asking the audience, how many people feel fearful when they're going into a relationship and can't decide if they really want to be in a relationship, or I really can't trust nobody, you know, but you have that fear going into a relationship. And so just saying that when you have fear going into a relationship, then there's going to be all kinds of things happening in that relationship because you're going to constantly be on guard. You're going to be constantly looking for things to go wrong. And that's not a healthy relationship. It's not a
Right.
healthy relationship for you. It's not a healthy relationship for the person that you're involved with, um, because you're constantly living in fear and you're insecure. So you're making them, accusing them of things and saying they're doing things that they're not necessarily doing because of your own insecurities and fear. Um,
Yeah.
so it's so important, again, going back to the loving yourself. When you love yourself, you're not constantly living in fear and watching, to see what the other person is doing and feeling that insecurity. That's not good for anybody. And
Yeah.
it can drive you crazy. Mental health
Yeah.
hotline 988. Call them.
I
So,
do want to add to that though, is that like so once a person like if you've been in a traumatic relationship in the past, like a lot of these feelings are totally normal. And that's why it's important, to seek counsel of some sort.
mhm,
Journaling is important as well because it is natural to once you come out of a tense and tumultuous relationship to have fear, things like that. But what we're doing here is we're actually like basically shining a light on these things as a
Yeah.
reality of how one may react, either with a person who is a narcissist. This may be part of their, characteristic makeup, or this could be as a result of um, a past relationship that scarred you, or it could be the same thing. I mean, that's life. But being aware of who you are deeply, like truly touching in and tuning into yourself, which is why I say, again, therapy is great. Uh, um, Journaling is a great thing. Finding yourself a support system, you know, like basically to me, the difference between a person with narcissistic personality disorder and a person who's just dealing with stuff is like a person who is just dealing with stuff but wants to grow is going to get help in
Yeah.
one way, shape, or form. They're going to do
Yes.
whatever they need to do to fix their issues. A
Yes.
person with NPD is like, yeah, I know this is who I am, but I'm not going to do this or that because I don't have a problem or I don't want to do the work, or, whatever be the case. I can't, swim in that mud. I really would probably drown. Um,
Yeah.
but it's important to be in tune with yourself. Um, and you can do that by therapy, journaling, meditation, things of that sort. Tune into yourself. Self knowledge is what we are here for. Learn about yourself. Everything that's outside of us was first within. So learn self so you can get
Yeah.
better. So you can tune in and tune up and elevate and vibrate on a higher level. And then you can solve these situations that you have. But tuning in, checking in constantly. Hey, how am I feeling? Okay, why am I feeling this fear? Why am I feeling this anxiety? And then literally just sitting with yourself
Yeah.
and figuring it out, man. You got to do that work. It's got to be a constant thing. You can't run from the monsters in your closet and the monsters under your bed. They will be there until you shine the light of awareness onto
That's good stuff. That's good stuff,
them.
Chief. That is very good. And I want to add an important thing to do, very important thing to do after getting out of a toxic relationship is to heal. And Jean
Yes,
named some things and ways that you can heal by journaling, meditating. He just named some things,
therapy,
that you can do. Go ahead.
therapy.
Yeah. And I want to add that we do believe that therapy, mental health therapy, is very vital when you cannot find a sense of balance in your mind. With things that's going on in your life. A mental health therapist can help you find balance, can help you get to that place of balance, and help you get yourself together. I mean,
Yeah,
we specifically as a society, it's much better now. Even in trauma healing, we talked about that. Um, as a healing facilitator, we talked about how the Black culture, um, African American culture, same thing. We talked about how for a very long time, getting a therapist was a bad thing. Oh, you're
mhm,
crazy. But so many people keeping things inside and not talking to people, specifically not talking to somebody that they could trust or somebody that can help them get back to, or I'll just say find balance. Um, a lot of people have gotten in trouble, in their minds. I mean, they've done a lot of things, and a lot of things has happened to them that didn't have to happen
right.
because, if they would have gotten the help. So now we as a culture are doing much better about going and getting uh, a mental health therapist and mental health therapy because it's good for us. We're understanding that it's good for us. So you call me crazy, but I'm gonna get some help. You know,
Right.
so uh, and uh, we strongly promote getting mental health therapy. And I said it earlier in the show, and I'll say it again now because it's the place. 988. It is the mental health uh, hotline, and it is also the suicide prevention hotline. 988. Call that number, and you can get help. They will talk to you. They can refer you to other mental health therapists. You can get some help. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to carry the load and feel like, people are going to call me crazy. They're going to think I'm crazy. Get you some help so you don't go crazy. Oh,
Exactly. Exactly.
so you want to add something?
No, you hit everything. You hit everything I was gonna say.
You want to do the next part?
Yep. All
Secure.
right. So yep. So the last insecure attachment style is that of a person who is secure. The secure attachment style implies that a person is comfortable expressing emotions openly. Adults with a secure attachment style can depend on their partners and in turn and let their partners rely on them. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship.
Exactly. So how do you know it's love bombing? It might look like declaring love very early in the relationship. It can also look like buying expensive gifts, sending large bouquet of flowers to a person's work or home consistently, or wanting to move in together or get married soon after meeting. I love you.
Uh,
Beware, beware, beware.
you better run for it, run for it, run.
Sounds like catfishing. The
Mm,
producer said.
mm.
So,
Yeah, it
Gene, go ahead.
sound like some fatal attraction to me.
Yeah, that can be scary. Very scary.
Oh yeah.
So, go ahead with the next part.
Hmm. Do they want to spend inordinate amounts of time together and monopolize your time with others? They might do an about face change in personality or level of attention. All of a sudden, this sweet person will become very mean, degrading, and nasty.
Woo.
At that point, yeah, it is very hard to get out because you are attached to that person, and because there is hope that they will return to the old self and things will be euphoric again.
So, I want
Listen,
to interject.
yeah, I was gonna say I need to say something on that too,
Go ahead.
partner.
Go ahead. You
That's
go
a,
ahead.
that's a, so I call this yo-yoing. You know, they treat you nice, for a little while, like 1 or 2 days. So you up here on the high on the string, and then the next week or two, they don't want nothing to do with you. They can't stand you. They're mean and nasty and distant and avoidant for weeks or so, and they see you pull away and they yank you back up to the top just so they can have you. It's a yo-yo or a puppet on the string. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna move you the way I want you to. I don't want nothing to do with you. Stay on that. Oh, come
Yeah.
back. I want to play again. Come on now. This is just really sick. It's really sick and disgusting.
The narcissistic person, it has to work out their way and for them. And that, what you was just talking about is bipolar. You up and down. And like you
What
said, it
is
is
it?
looking at it, it is a yo-yo effect. I don't know what
Coined
you
by me. Coined by me. Thank you.
that is a very tough position to be in. I mean, I can't imagine, first of all, how they're feeling. I'm up and down. I don't know what's going on with me. They don't even know what's going on with themselves. Go ahead and say it.
Some of them don't know because it's hormonal.
Yeah.
And I mean, even with a person with NPD, I mean, obviously the brain chemicals and whatnot, and the neurological synapses and whatnot do play a huge part in illnesses like that. Um, so I mean, either way, like, but it's really worse if it's just like very conscious, vindictive action where they're doing that to get a result. And I mean, and that's when the person who's narcissistic, and there's also the person who's a sociopath, pathic narcissistic person as well. That goes, that's even deeper. That's something they would do. That yo-yo effect consciously. All right, now I'm gonna do this so they can come closer. What? I'm gonna do whatever you. Yes, I'll do this whatever you want me to do so that we can be together. Let's be close again. And then you get that. All of a sudden it's like, yeah, okay, I'm back here now. Oh,
Right.
I got him. Boom.
Yeah.
I pull back on. I'm a little crazy. I'm a little crazy. I got the New Orleans coming out of me now. Crazy. But
That
yeah, that yo-yo effect. That's love bombing on a very high level, man.
yeah.
Lord, Lord,
And that would cause a person that doesn't have any mental
craziness.
issues to have mental issues.
Yeah, because
Because
it's teamed with gaslighting and all of that stuff.
yeah. Oh my goodness. I couldn't. Everybody, everything ain't for everybody.
No, it ain't for nobody. That's the deal. It ain't for nobody to be in that position when you're dealing with that. It's like, and you look back on in hindsight, like, I can't cuss on your show, so what the was I thinking? Was I blind, crippled, and crazy? I just don't. I mean, really, like it'll definitely make, and that's what a person with narcissistic personality disorder does to their partner because they have an illness, then it begins to rub off. So I think it would be dope one day if we could talk about a process called bleeding or fleas. It's fleas, narcissistic fleas. So a person you're dating a person who has narcissistic personality disorder. You don't have it initially. You've been with that person long enough that they shed some of their characteristics onto you. That's called fleas.
Wow.
That's the whole thing. Yeah. And then that person who didn't have narcissistic personality disorder before starts to show um, symptoms of that because of their constant interaction with the person with NPD.
Man, that's
Yeah, I
horrible.
mean it's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole with a narc boy. Telling you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just crazy because it's like being a, what is it called? Being a product of your environment.
Hmm. Yep. Also like Stockholm syndrome. You begin to love your oppressor.
To love what?
Your oppressor, Stockholm syndrome,
Yeah.
like we're a prisoner of war, they're torturing the crap out of you, and then you're released from from them, and you fight for them as opposed to against them. If you fall in love with your oppressor, oh yes, it's a mind screw.
Yeah, you can say that again. Oh, I didn't know the narcissistic person and personality. I didn't know it was this deep.
Oh
Mark,
yeah,
the producer, said running to the rodeo or the circus might be safer.
yeah,
I
you
agree.
know,
At least you might have fun and get to laugh running to the
right,
rodeo or the circus dealing with this narcissistic person. I don't know how you have any joy at all.
right,
Uh,
yeah,
because just learning about that person and the things that they do could deflate my balloon
hmm,
and
yep,
has. I had to come back to reality a few times. Hey, this ain't you. This ain't your experience. This is other people's experience. But man, sometimes I feel like I'm experiencing it reading it. And sometimes
right,
that's what happens when you're reading something. You get into it and feel like you're actually involved in the story
Right.
or in whatever it is you're reading.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
So at this point, it is very hard to get out because you are attached to the person and because there is hope, hope that they will return to their old self and things will be euphoric again. Listen, the one wearing the mask, the representative, is the one that's there in the beginning.
Right.
And you want them to return to that. Is the mask the real them or the fake them? The mask,
No,
go
the
ahead.
mask is the one that they want you to see, so they can reel
Yes.
you in. And they take that
Yes.
whole off, and they look like the Crypt Keeper under there. Like, oh my God, what is this? Put it
Yeah.
back on, please.
Yeah, that representative that reels you in. When they change, that's the real person they are. And they
Right.
cannot be if they're not, that representative cannot be the representative for long
Right.
because it really bothers them and it's really abnormal for them. So they have to
Right.
hurry up and return to the real them. So
Right.
they used to have a show, and I think it comes on now to tell the truth. And so where three people, they're interviewing three people and they're asking
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, they all stand up and they keep sitting down and sitting down. And then the one finally just stands up. So they're not telling the truth. So they have to keep sitting down. And then all of a sudden they're like, listen, I got to be me. I can't keep being this person. This is uncomfortable. Of course, it's
Mhm.
uncomfortable for them. When
Right.
people
Because it's not true.
tell you who they are, believe them. Believe
The
them.
first time.
Yes.
The first time.
So to go back to their old self, you better believe them when they come out and show you who they really are. Believe it. And
Mhm.
you keep staying with them and believing they're going to go back to their old self or go back to the person that I met the first time. They're showing you who they are right now. That's
Right.
not who I am. That's not who I was.
Right.
This is the real me.
I put on the
Now
front
it's
for
telling
you.
the truth.
Yeah. I put on the front to reel you in. And that's why
Yeah.
it's important to be. And I know this saying is old and cliche, but that's why you keep real on the front end. You always come in the door as who you truly are. If a
Yep.
person is gonna love you, they don't see your dirty draws and all of that. Let
Yep.
them see it. Let them
Yep.
see it. This is me. Now I'm working on me. Let's let that be clear. Like you come in, we all come in with baggage. That's reality. You live life. You've had experiences. You're gonna have baggage. However, the goal is to constantly be working on yourself so that you're constantly improving so that you don't cause a negative um, interaction or connection or negative bleeding onto another person who is probably in the same process you are that should be. I mean, if you working on yourself and they're working on themselves, that's a good relationship. You working on yourself and this person ain't studying working on themselves, totally bad relationship. Either
Yeah.
way it goes.
Yeah.
So you got to come in the door as who you are. No fronting, no mask, be yourself at all times. And either they can love you for you or it's not real. And that's
Yeah.
just how you gotta operate. We get messed up when we try to put on a front, put on the mask. Hi darling, how are you? I love you, beloved. Okay, beloved, sweetness, darling, sugar honey pie. No, you more like and be that person. Be that person when you come to the door. Keep that
Right.
same energy.
Yeah.
Either way, if you don't come in, beloved, be that person at all times. Let it be authentic. You don't come in like a thug, be a thug at all times. You decide, constantly work on yourself. But stop coming in with that front.
Yeah.
Be real. From top to bottom, 10 toes down. Yeah?
And if you're gonna come in as a thug, be a real thug, not
Real
a
thug.
play thug. Be real with yours, okay?
Always, always. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck.
Yeah. Mark said, not a Hollywood thug.
Yeah, exactly. With all the shiny bangles and big guns that are all the way up here. You pointing like this way, can't even get it out. Hold
Yep.
on. Shot yourself in the foot,
Yep.
idiot.
All because you want to pretend to be somebody that you ain't. And those people are miserable. I mean, I'm miserable trying to pretend to be this person. Now I can't take it no more. I'm just about to be me. So I'm taking this mask off. The representative got to go bye-bye because
Yeah,
I'm
my face
miserable,
blue.
unhappy, and I'm about to be me. So, but we don't have to take it. We have a choice. When
Right.
they show us who they are, we can leave it alone. Divest, invest. Choose.
Facts.
Divest or invest. Divest, you can let them go. Invest, I'm gonna take some time, spend some time here. So it's
Yeah,
all up to you.
absolutely.
It's your choice. You ain't gotta
Yeah.
run from everybody, but you do have a choice. Is are they worth your time investing in them? If not, divest, get away from them. So Mark
Yep.
said, bring them into Cabrino Green, Cabrini
And
Green,
really
and they
green, Lord. It's gonna bring something out of them, all right. They gonna show if they a real thug or they gonna run like a little chickadee. Oh yes, it's Cabrini Green. So take it to Compton. Take them to Compton or something like that. They gonna run.
So Gene, go with one way to distinguish.
Yeah.
Next
All
part.
right. So one way to distinguish between normal affection and love bombing is keep your eye on the level of intensity. Does this person go back and forth? Do they switch from over the top love to pushing you away? It can be helpful if both members gradually learn about each other and construct their own rules and language. Another helpful tip for distinguishing between an exciting beginning and love bombing. I do not know how to say this name.
Hang.
Okay, I'll go with that. What you said. Added may maybe to evaluate intention. A healthier relationship beginning comes from a place of giving. Love bombing comes from a place of selfishness. Giving always comes from a place of me first. Consideration, empathy, respect, and care. Dysfunctional love bombing comes from a place.
You're right. From a
Okay.
place.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
giving always comes from a place of you first. Dysfunctional love bombing comes from a place of me first mentality. Real love does not have a me first attitude or mentality. It may be helpful to ask yourself or the other person if all this attention has another motive. Is this relationship a way to improve self esteem or to feel that you're worthy of something? Most love bombers are doing it unintentionally or at least in denial or rationalizing their behavior. It often serves a self centered purpose. It's hard to know how you really feel about the person so soon in a relationship.
So we're gonna stop there. So we have shared some information with you about love bombing. There's more. We'll be talking about. Did you want to ask something?
Well, I mean, it's actually just this little section here.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I think this is important. So, when you're in a situation where you're being love bombed, here's the end solution: diffusing the situation. The ways we behave in relationships are influenced by our early experiences. A healthier beginning to a relationship will allow the freedom for you to express and how you feel and for the other to adjust. You can create a healthier relationship by saying you're feeling overwhelmed by all the attention. A healthy person would say, no problem. I can back off. I want you to feel comfortable. A dysfunctional love bomber will gaslight you and make it your problem. If someone does not respond well to your boundaries, it may be best to walk away. So much of our dysfunctional behavior is a protection from some trauma or hurt that we have learned.
Yep.
Sometimes it's hard to turn away from a tsunami of attention, but go with your gut, your intuition, and your first thought. Always trust your first mind. If you see yourself love bombing or being love bombed over and over again, try talking to a therapist to explore what pain and hurt may be leading you to these patterns. Because again, every characteristic, everything that we do in our life, every habit we have is based off of an experience we had before. Um, so many of us have dysfunctional relationships. Let me slow down. So many of us have dysfunctional relationship patterns because we did not have good role models, Wayne said. We did not, we don't learn it in school. All we know is what we see around us. So find a good role model and learn from them. Let loved ones in on your relationship. They can help you identify patterns from the outside. In the beginning of any kind of relationship, let them earn your trust over time. Pardon my. Excuse me.
All right. So we have shared information with you about love bombing. Um, and we are probably going to be talking about this some more next week because there's more about this. And there's some other parts of narcissists that we need to be able to share with you um, to help you understand about this love bombing. So I want to share that we are having Love Misunderstood Institute is having a fundraising event. This is Bully Prevention Month, October. And so we are having a fundraiser and a virtual fundraiser on this Thursday, October 20th. And I will put the event bright link in the comment section so that you can, if you want to join the event, you need to register and then come to the event because we will be having speakers sharing their bullying stories. We will have we will have a poem, we will have live music from G Wiz and the Solar System. Gina's G Wiz, he and his band are they are sharing two of their songs from their upcoming CD that's due to come out next month. So we get the pleasure of hearing two of their songs before the CD come out. So we will have that, and we will have a comedian. So join this event so that you can be a part of this, so that you can help us raise funds. We need to be able to get this bullying information, bullying versus love, out into the world. To everyone that we encounter, we want to be able to go to places and speak and share information about bullying so that people can understand what the heck is going on with them in their lives when people are treating them over and over and over again mean. That's what bullying is: repetitive, mean, and evil behavior. So I was going to share my books, but I'm not going to do that. What you want to say, Gene?
Well, I do also want to say that the event, the bullying awareness benefit, is going to not only have the speakers come and speak about their bullying experiences, but each person is a professional who helps people by giving them the tools to help them deal with bullying situations, dealing with people with narcissistic personality disorder, and things of that sort. So not only are you going to get some entertainment, we get some education. It's going to be just a good time. I promise you
Yes,
won't want to miss it.
yes. So please be looking in the comment section of um, Facebook and YouTube. I will put that link there so you can register at Eventbrite to join us for that event. We appreciate you. Our time is up. We thank you for joining us. Thank you for allowing us to provide tools to help educate you and to help you live a more productive, loving life, because that's what we do, is share love. Remember to treat others the way you want to be treated, not the way they treat you. No matter how ill they treat you, treat them nice. Be kind. We appreciate you. We send you away with peace. We send you away with love, joy, and peace. We send it to you. Stay for 1 minute to see our exit video, to hear G Wiz and the solar system. Again, they are the ones that they are the ones that created the music, our theme song. So thank you. Bye for now. See you next Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here. Same place, same time. Take care. Bye for now. See you later.